Welcome to another edition of the Coach George Kiefer Show, our final show of the year, wrapping up another great year of USF men's soccer. As the Bulls go 11-6-3, they return to the NCAA tournament, nationally ranked much of the season. Coach, a lot to be thankful for. We're past Thanksgiving, but we can still be thankful for another great season.
Yeah, I was pleased with the turnaround, obviously not getting in a year ago to becoming a seeded team. I think if you're a company and you're looking at that type of progress, you're very pleased with it. But, you know, the tough part about this job is there's one happy team in the end, and you know, everybody else is frustrated for something. So that keeps driving you, keeps driving my staff, keeps driving the players, and you know, it's something we're real hungry to do, is get to a College Cup.
Now, the Bulls treated their fans to not only home NCAA tournament soccer, but also conference tournament soccer here at Corbett Stadium. Coach, as you look back at this season, every team is a little bit different, and you've had a chance to reflect a little bit now about this 2015 team. As time goes on, how do you think you will remember this unit?
This team had a great ability to really gel as a group, and it was, you know, the whole year was fun. You know, when you can go on the road with a group of guys that you enjoy being around, and you take different ethnicities in the locker room and get them to come together. And we're just finishing our end of the year meetings, and probably 95% of them talked about how close the team was. And especially with athletics in this day and age, there's so many distractions, social media, Facebook, everything else that they get distracted by. For them to be so focused as a group and come together as close as they did, and to have a fun season, because let's face it, we play this game to enjoy it, and it was enjoyable.
Your seniors, where you would normally look for leadership, did not let you down this year. It was a great senior class.
Yeah, and the captains, you know, Heinz Ike and Spale both did an excellent job all season long with the leadership. And then, you know, we always bring a group together that assists with that. And, you know, the leadership of the team was very, very good. Even, you know, you look at Boston College, to be down a man for like 75 minutes and still to tie the game back up. If ever you were going to see a team say, you know what, I throw the flag in, it's when you go down a goal, being down a man with 12 minutes to go. But they figured out a way to tie that game. And then, you know, they just didn't have enough in the tank to close it out. But, you know, that type of mentality is something that if you can bottle that and give that to the next team and do a little bit better in certain areas, it could be a real asset for us.
That was the NCAA tournament game at Corbett against Boston College to conclude the season. You look down all the accolades that this team achieved, both individually and collectively, Conference Players of the Week and honor rolls. The academics were strong again this year, just a lot of victories.
Yeah, and you know, I think, you know, it's about the people that you're around, and the staff that I have, the academic support that they get, to have the highest graduation rate in the conference. You know, I think, you know, we really care about the players in the program, and we want to help them do things off the field as well as on the field. And that's really where myself and my staff get a lot of enjoyment, is helping these guys become men, so when their dads or running companies or just need something to lean on when life throws a curveball at you. You know, that's what it's about, and I think I got a good group of men.
Now, you wouldn't have mentioned this, so I'm going to embarrass you now, but just this week, the National Soccer Coaches Association of America naming their East Region Coach of the Year, and it is Coach Kiefer. It is the second time you've been so honored, and that's prestigious.
It's nice when, because it's, you know, it's coaches that vote on it, so it's nice. I do, you know, in the conference we changed that award to be the Coaching Staff of the Year, And this is the second time I won this award. I think I'm going to challenge myself to see if I can't change the name of this award, because it's a staff that wins this. And my assistant coaches have been, you look at the amount of players we lost from a year ago to this year to the pros. There's like 5 of them in the pros, and there'll probably be another 4 or 5 from this team. So to find the right replacements and the right people that fit academically, that fit into what we're trying to do, it's the amount of work that goes into putting together a top program. You know, it's so many people that take a part of it. What you're doing right now for men's soccer, the guys and girls behind the cameras, and everybody. It's an army of people. So I'm thankful that you know, I was recognized, but to be fair, I'm a little uncomfortable that it isn't worded differently.
National Coach of the Year will be decided and announced on December 16th. So, Coach, take us through the upcoming weeks and months now. I hesitate to call it the off season, because there really isn't much of an off season. You're working year round. You're already into preparations for next year. What's the timeline like now on a daily basis, and also as time moves on leading up to when you're back on the field?
The spring for us, because of our location, is awesome. You know, school this year gets back a week later, so the 11th we come back to school. And within 3 weeks we'll be playing a team that just lost in the semifinal of the MLS to get to a final, the Red Bull, at the end of January. Then we'll play Chicago Fire. Chicago, I mean, if you look at the facilities we have, Chicago Fire is doing their preseason here. So we'll get a match against them. We have a match against the Rowdies. We'll play Toronto. We'll likely play Orlando City's second team. So the amount of games that these guys get against pro teams, I think it's also a reason why you see so many guys from the program get opportunities to play pro, because they get seen in the spring. So the spring, you take just one player, take Marcus Epps, who had an incredible year. One of the better right-sided players in the country, in my opinion, and no reason why going into his senior year he cannot be the best right-sided guy in college soccer. So you can spend a ton of time working on his finishing, working on him creating a little separation so he can serve balls. Then you look, teams started to overload that zone, so can he dribble inside with his left? So now so you can take the game and the little parts of it and help develop these guys. And then, you know, you take the other reasons why we're here, and like enhancing you. So I meet with Jody and we figure out why these players are here, and you got to get the guys to think past, oh, I want to be a pro soccer player. So we really get them to dive into that and have a good reason. Okay, so when you're done playing, why do you want your degree? Where is that going to help you? How's it? So I want to help my family. I want to help people back home. I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, we got to have a plan to do that. To me, the spring is a great time to grow as people and as players. And you know, we look forward to the spring. I think some college soccer programs, you know, can dread the spring because there's no pro teams in their area and they're playing against themselves all the time. For us, it's a great time to keep improving.
Give us a preview of USF Men's Soccer 2016. Some familiar faces will be gone due to graduation, sure, but you have some talented young kids coming in.
Sure, and you know, we're right in the end of the meetings here, but you look at the team was given the 14th seed overall, and you know, I think you can look at a couple of different matches where maybe we tied, where we had a few opportunities where we could have just tapped the ball in the net to win it. So, you know, if we can learn a little bit, you know, what did we love about this team, what can we take from it, and then what can turn us from a 14 seed into a top 4 seed, I think the answers are all right there for the guys. You know, defending restarts, you know, hurt us a little bit down the stretch. So when we're doing that stuff in training, it can be real to them, where they've been scarred by it. So there's a lot of gifts in this season, and what I like about it is there's a good amount of guys returning. And you look at some of the players that we already have committed, I think you're going to see a very strong 2016 team.
Two great ways to follow this team. Of course, the website, gousfbulls.com, but we also invite you to follow the team on Twitter, USFM Soccer. That will give you all the information on upcoming matches, dates and times, player profiles, everything you could want to know about USF men's soccer. You can find it on those two sources. And when we get back to fall, we will get back to this show. Coach, congratulations. Another NCAA tournament, a great season. We'll look forward to fall and get this thing going again.
Thanks, Jim.
Head coach George Kiefer, thanks for joining us today and all season long on the Coach George Kiefer Show.